Many industries were hit hard by the pandemic, but it can be argued that the aviation sector suffered the hardest blows. However, recent findings by the International Air Transport Association points toward a steady recovery of the sector globally, with the Middle East emerging as one of the fastest growing aviation markets in the world. We spoke to Hugo Santo, global aviation expert and partner at McKinsey & Co., at the Arab Aviation Summit that took place in Ras Al Khaimah last month.
We have more profitable airlines in this region than perhaps in other regions of the world. Okay? The players that are being successful in this region have achieved a scale that helps them be competitive. Labor shortage is one of the main problems of this. In reality, I think what most of the carriers in the Middle East have managed to find is an equilibrium where they do treat labor very well, right? But they are also able to get productivity out of it.
While people are flying in greater numbers, the global aviation sector is known to be unprofitable, with frequent bankruptcies not coming as surprising news from different parts of the world.
The airlines do not generate economic value on average, right? That I think, and the sector does not. Some airlines do, but the sector does not.
The airline industry is particularly vulnerable to exogenous events such as terrorism and pandemics. It is also asset intensive, with major costs going towards fuel, leasing expenses, and employee salaries cutting directly into margins. This adds the pressure on carriers to ensure that every seat is filled.
A seat in an aircraft is one of the most perishable goods, right? Because if you don't sell it, you'll never sell it, right, on that flight.
Another major challenge for the industry is mounting debt and interest rates. McKinsey & Co. forecast that the industry could accumulate up to $1.1 trillion in debt by 2024.
The rise in interest rates is a problem. Today, airlines have higher levels of debt than in 2019, right? So they had to undergo 2 very tough years because of COVID, right? And so these meant that they had to raise debt, and so their debt levels over revenues are, around 10 percentage points bigger.
While things are looking up for the region's aviation sector, the fact that Middle East airlines suffered billions in losses in 2021-22 cannot be ignored.
How do we ensure resilience for the sector? How do we manage a very important topic, which is labor shortage? We are short on pilots, on mechanics, on handlers, and so how do we manage that, right? And third, about the sustainability topic. So those would be, in my view, the 3 main topics.